Y'all hear that? You know what that means. Today on Alpha Bravo Charlie, we talking about Hueys. Get to the chopper! That's right, you're watching Alpha Bravo Charlie. My name's Sean Scott. Today, we're going to be talking about helicopters, their flight systems, and how hydraulics make that possible. This is a special episode as it's directly for the West LA AMTs. Yeah, go dudes. You dudes. Like you over there. You over there. You right there. Yeah, you.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Anyways, we're going to get into the basics of helicopter flight control systems, how hydraulics make that happen. We're going to look at some schematics, some diagrams,
Blueprints. Show me all the blueprints. Show me all the blueprints.
and then we're going to go down to tomorrow's Aeronautical Museum over at the Compton Airport and look at some real live Hueys and try to see what we can see in the ways of hydraulic systems and flight controls.
Now here you have your three main controls, your collective, your cyclic, and your tail rotor pedals, otherwise known as anti-torque pedals. They control yaw, the attitude, and altitude of the aircraft. Here we have an animation detailing the operations of the flight controls. As the collective goes up, it increases pitch of the rotor blades, creating lift in the helicopter. As the cyclic is moved around, it changes the attitude of the helicopter blades, changing the attitude of the helicopter. When the anti-torque or tail rotor pedals are used, it changes the yaw of the aircraft and the direction. All of these flight controls use hydraulic systems to overcome the great forces necessary to move them and to reduce pilot fatigue. Helicopters large and small, R-22s, Blackhawks, they all use hydraulics to move the flight controls. And just a little reminder here, if I'm going too fast at any time, just pause and back up to look at animations or graphics. Now that we have some basics on flight controls, let's go look at the aircraft that we're going to be checking out the hydraulic system on. Yep, the Huey. With the unmistakable thump of the rotor blades and its infamous qualities from Vietnam and movies like Apocalypse Now, it's become one of the most iconic helicopters of the American military. Though sporting many variations, the original had a T-53 Lycoming turboshaft engine and a gross weight of about 9,000 pounds, making it a big, heavy bird, definitely in need of that hydraulic system to help the pilot fly. Now let's get into the cockpit. Hopefully a little more graceful next time. As you can see, input goes into the stick, and then below the floor is a hydraulic actuator which actually transmits the force to the flight control systems. This is true for the cyclic, collective, and rotor pedals. As you can see here, with the system off, it's much like having the power steering in your car off, and they take an immense amount of force to move. Here is a schematic of the helicopter's hydraulic systems. As you'll notice, it's a dual system. This is mainly for redundancy and battle hardness. We should take a second to pause here and point out some of the main components. Here we have a view of the hydraulic system in the aircraft. This is also a good place to pause, and we will point out some of the components. The Huey helicopter, beast of the skies, going nowhere without its hydraulics.
Got through it. Thanks for watching the first episode of Alpha Bravo Charlie. I'm Sean Scott. See you at the next one.